We have the NLC today coming out to say that they have agreed to bring down their price, bring down the price from their 494,000 naira minimum wage down to a specific amount. Okay, now I am very eager that I am very sure rather that you want to know how much they have reduced the price to. Normally, it caused a lot of reactions online. People said that there was going to be inflation if the government succumbed. Okay, and you have the government, okay, actually going above 60,000 naira to an indefinite amount. Okay, that's on based on appeal to the National Labour Congress. Okay, and today we have the Labour Congress, okay, coming down. We eventually knew that this was going to happen. Okay, now they have come down to a particular price, a more reasonable price actually. Okay, more reasonable price. I'm going to read this to you and then we kick off. Okay, first let's go on a commercial break. When we get back, we go on. Thank you. Nigeria's minimum wage negotiations. Labour considers 100,000 amidst ultimatum from Tinubu. The ongoing negotiations of Nigeria's minimum wage have taken a significant turn as organised labour considers revising its demand to 100,000 naira down from the initial proposed 449,000. This decision comes after criticisms over the feasibility of the higher figure, which was deemed excessive by some stakeholders. Despite earlier disagreements leading to an indefinite strike, negotiations have resumed with a one-week ultimatum set to reach a consensus. President Tinubu's directive to explore a wage higher than 60,000 underscores the urgency and complexity of the discussions, aiming at sustainable and realistic outcome. Labour's decision to potentially settle for 100,000 reflects a compromise amidst economic pressures and inflationary challenges. The tripartite committee's commitment to daily meetings signals a focused effort to finalize a new minimum wage acceptable to all parties involved. The suspension of the strike allows the constructive dialogue amongst both parties, emphasizing the need for a wage that balances economic viability with workers' welfare. Various lawmakers and stakeholders have weighed in, advocating for a wage increase that aligns with current economic realities while ensuring fairness and sustainability. While the path forward remains challenging, there is optimism that the negotiations will yield a resolution beneficial to Nigeria's workforce and economic stability. The involvement of key government officials and labour leaders in intensive discussions highlights the seriousness and urgency of addressing this crucial issue. As discussions continue, the outcome will not only impact millions of workers but also set a precedent for future labour negotiations in Nigeria's evolving economic landscape. Can I shock you? Personally, I felt that was where it was going to land because it can't be too high now. If it was too high, then you should be expecting a mad inflation in the economy. Okay, so I've always kept my my predictions around that range, if not 100, then 150. It was personally that was mine, but here you have it. Okay, both parties agreeing to this 100,000 naira new minimum wage. I hope the government keeps to their terms. I just hope the government keeps to their terms because this serves as a step further into the development of the economy. It was only the strike didn't even last complete 48 hours, and you could see how the whole society or the whole economy went crumbling. We are not prepared for any other strike again. As such, the government should meet up to these people's new terms. It is very much closer as the government gave a window of opportunity for something higher than 60,000. Okay, so if the government could reach these people on their terms of need, then I guess that for a period or for a new indefinite period, the NLC will become. The organized labor will become. You address things by opening a room for dialogue. a room for dialogue for both parties to air out their views and what they suggest on a particular topic, then you make the best decision. That is why it is called government for the people, by the people, and of the people. Thank you.
President NLC, President TUC, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important document I'm going to read before you this night. Resolutions reached at a meeting between the federal government and the organized labor held on Monday, which is today, 3rd June 2004. Further to the negotiation 2024, further to the negotiation by the tripartite committee on national minimum wage and subsequent withdrawal of labor from negotiation, the leadership of the National Assembly intervened on 2nd June 2024. The organized labor declared nationwide strike on Monday, 3rd June 2024, to drive home its demands. The federal government, in the national interest, convened a meeting with labor held in the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation on Monday, 3rd June, with a view to ending the strike. After exhaustive deliberations and engagement by both parties, the following resolutions were reached. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, is committed to a national minimum wage that is higher than 60,000. Arising from the above, the tripartite committee is to meet every day for the next 1 week with a view to arriving at an agreeable national minimum wage. Labor, in deference to the high esteem of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, is committed in paragraph 3 sub 2 above, and takes to convene a meeting of its organs immediately to consider this commitment. And for no worker will be victimized as a result of the industrial action. Down in Abuja on the 3rd of June 2024. And this document is signed for the federal government by the Minister of Information and National Orientation and the Honorable Minister of State for Labor and Employment. For the organized labor, President Nigeria Labor Congress, President Trade Union Congress. Let me reassure Nigerians that we have had a very realistic and patriotic meeting, and the results will be very, very manifest soon. Thank you very much. So, national anthem. We held our own native land,
in brother